YouTube. I've got to say goodbye to an old friend. I've sold my Yamaha sg200. I don't play it enough. To be honest, it's mainly down to the fact I don't really like the finish. I mean, it's an amazing piece of wood. Look at it. It's solid mahogany. It's just I don't know. Is it too modern for me? Looks are important. I'm that shallow. Yeah, so I've sold this to my pal. Never actually got to put it up for sale. So I mean, these things, Yamaha SGs are fantastic. This is the 200, which is, I don't, it's not the cheapest one they ever did, but it's like a sort of the budget one, quite big on. I remember watching Top of the Pops used to do a Top of the Pops this year in 1978 and stuff, and these things were all over Top of the Pops. A lot of punk bands used them. Basically, and the more expensive ones, the ones that have got like a carved top, this is like sort of like more like a Les Paul Junior type thing. I still have an argument with it. I mean, it is an SG, it says so on it. It's an SG200, but to me it's more of a Les Paul than an SG. It's not, SGs are sort of more chamfered and thinner. This is like a single cut Les Paul. You know, if you imagine that, just doing that, you've got a Les Paul. So this one's had some messing about with at the time. I know the guy who owned this before me, John, and he showed me a picture when he got it, and it's like this was originally a tobacco sunburst or a cherry sunburst one, and it was just all chipped and stuff. So he stripped it down and gave it this sort of oil modern finish. I put the original pickups back in it and the original knobs back off it, which I bought separately. From these are the ones from this guitar, the one I put the original switch back in it. So we've still got the original pots. There's a PCB in the back, but not like the Gibson PCB, which I took out of an SG. See this? Absolute abomination of a thing. It's not like that. It's a PCB that makes it better. Not a PCB. You know, it's a PCB that's been done to improve the guitar, not one that's been done so that they didn't have to pay someone to learn to solder, which is exactly what that's for. So the PCB in this is a proper thing, you know, it's thick and it's good. Yeah, so it's had some modifications. There were a couple of extra holes in it when I got it, so I kind of put it back to original spec. It's basically all original, apart from there was 2 holes here, so I put an output jack on the top, which I think is actually where it was originally meant to be, but it's also got an output jack on the corner if that's the one you would rather use. But so about looking at it was you just if you really wanted to, if you like the output jack to be there, just put it into that one, and it's the same. So I just like the two together. Technically, I suppose it probably means you can plug it into 2 amps. It's just the one output, but I just prefer a front loaded one. Also, if you did that, maybe people would think you were cheating. I prefer a top loaded one. Although in saying that, if you do that one, it's easier to get to the switch, which I also added this. I need to change this lead. It's annoying because I really like this lead, but it's got the jack socket and the end's crap. Yeah, so there was a hole there, so I put a switch in. So what it does now is playing through the wee black star there. So neck pickup and humbucker. This coil, or this coil. I'll give that a wee bit of a check, see which way around it goes. Yeah, this one. So we put it back. Basically, it's in the middle. You just get 2 humbuckers, so it's basically as standard. Pull it back, you get inner coils, and push it forward, you get outer coils. So you get coil splits, basically. But again, it's like whether there's really that much reason to have the 2-way coil split, but they do sound different. I mean, so there you go. There's in the middle position, both pickups, everything up full, both humbuckers. 1 way round. This guitar is awful good. And then the other way, it's a bit fuller. But this is one of those guitars that, maybe it's because it's had all the plastic coating taken off it, it's really resonant and loud, like when it's not, you can really feel it vibrating through you. Part of that might be to do with the weight. It's quite a heavy beast. Actually, but weight's a funny thing with a guitar. It's like, see if you get one that's really badly balanced and middleweight, it feels really heavy. See if you get one that's actually pretty heavy, but it's really well balanced, it feels middleweight as well. It's not really heavy. Obviously, it just doesn't weigh as much as the Washburn Wings. But I mean, my main issue, go for saying that I'm not really that keen on the finish. It's not so much that, it's the shape. I'm so used to looking at the Washburn Wings as in that. See, the horns are a different shape. They're kind of wider and not really very practical. But I just think it's prettier. This is like basically a sort of the main rival for it, I suppose. Or that would be one of the main rivals for the original Yamaha SGs. Also, but you never find Yamaha SGs cheap. Maybe you might find the sort of the cheaper models like this one, the 200s. You can probably afford one of them, but like the ones that have got the carved top and stuff, you know, like a Les Paul, are thousands of pounds, and have always been thousands of pounds, and were thousands of pounds when they came out. You'll see them being used by the guy in Big Country, Stuart Adamson, and many other people, Al Clemenson, and the guy I saw with Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, one of those two played one. I mean, they are fantastic, but apparently they are even heavier. They're super heavy, but basically it's like a Les Paul, but built much better. Is what that's the SG 1500 and 2000 and 3000. There's a lot they've done over the years. I think they actually still make a model of SG. But I mean, the pickups to this are fantastic. And with the three-way switch, that gives you. It's just 3 T's, isn't it? It's just 9 sounds. Is that right? 3. Yeah, 9. So it's got nine tones in it, as opposed to 3. But I do like the. I think I did a disgusting thing with this, to be honest. I don't think I've ever changed the strings on this. I think the strings that were on it when I got it in a trade, so I didn't. This wasn't one I bought myself. It was like a trade I couldn't say no to when I was doing one of the Trade Tuesdays. Ended up with this. But I mean, it's an awful good sounding guitar. It's really got that balls to it. I'm just playing to a wee 5-watt amp as well, but I mean, it's so clear and dynamic. Or it could be rocking if you put it into humbucker mode like the way it's meant to be. Or we're going to have a blues jam. Is that what I'm going to do? I hate blues, but if I set myself a wee bit of a managed to turn off the drums so successfully. pick up this coil. Humbucker. It really is awful good. That's what I was saying there about the. I've never put new strings on it. I've never played it with new strings on it. It's bad. It's a belter, this guitar. Yeah, so it has actually been upgraded a wee bit. It's got Grover tuners on it now as well, and it's also got a roller bridge, which I forgot to mention. But really, it's like if you're looking for Les Paul sounds, I would just put this up against any Les Paul, anyone. Go and try one at $3,000 or $5,000 or something like that, and then play this. And does it sound better? Probably. Yeah, so it's a sustain thing. Yeah, I actually see that reaching the high fret access on this is much better than what it is on the Wings, but that's one of those ones where this has been designed to be the easiest one to play. That's been designed to be pretty, unfortunately. But it's awful good. I mean, even if you play it unplugged, you can kind of tell with these things. But these pickups are fucking brilliant. I would really like to keep these. Also, quite interesting. They've got like Phillips head pulls on them. Yeah, so this guitar dates to 1982, going by the codes on the back of the pickups. These seem to be mostly Japanese, but some of them are Taiwanese. It tells you on the back of the headstock when it hasn't been sanded, with all the paint removed. So, don't know. I think there's about a 2/3 possibility. 2 out of 3 of these are Japanese, so it's either Japanese or Taiwanese, but that doesn't equate to what you would get like now. You go, was it Japanese or Korean? No, it's not like that. Yamaha built their own factory in Taiwan to make it cheap, make them cheaper to build, because the labour costs were lower than they were in Japan, and they just took it was all basically the Yamaha folk who, instead of building the same people, the same stuff, and it's all Japanese parts. So is it Japanese? But because especially for the first few years, like the early 80s, the Taiwanese Yamaha factory was just all full of all the people who used to work in the Japanese one, and it was all the same management and stuff. So it's not like you're Korean when you go to another factory and basically just give them a design. No, they just kept building it, but they built it somewhere else. Worth more money if it says Japan on it. It doesn't. Hence why I'm selling this one off. Probably a little bit cheaper, well, cheaper than it should be. But regardless of what these guitars are worth, it's more the quality level and how good a guitar it is why people bought these and play the original ones. You know, it's like, it's not because it was played by X amount, it's because it's the best guitar. Especially if you like Les Pauls, you're right in there. I like it much better than a Les Paul. Is it Les Paul scale? I'd imagine it is. I've not actually checked. I don't think it's Fender scale. Yeah, 24 3/4. So Les Paul scale. But it's awful good. I'm kind of regretting it. I'm kind of pleased that I've waited till now to give the frets a polish and put new strings on it, because that means I would have sold it. Because basically, if this had been like pure right, I'm thinking of selling my SG. I was doing this video just now, it wouldn't be getting sold. But now I'm kind of set with the fact that my pal wants to buy it, so. So much to it, doesn't it? Amazing. I suppose that's me not even. To be honest, I wouldn't have bothered putting a switch in. It's only because there was a hole there that I put it in. But. Some pickups don't particularly split that well. These really do, though. It's really bizarre that they don't actually have them. These might be the same pickups that come in the £2,000 one, actually, now that I think about it. And I think the higher ones in the range, like higher than the 200, some of them did have push-pull pots. So they're kind of designed for that. They're basically, I was good, they're kind of like DiMarzio Super Distortion, but I'm not sure they are. They kind of look like them, but they're a bit more, they're less bitey, less trebly than Super Distortions are kind of, which are the copies that are in this, are a lot of people don't like them. These are a little bit more going somewhere between that and your Gibson pickups, I think. They've got more balls than Super Distortion. Super Distortion sometimes sound a bit weedy. What a great difference between single and humbucker. It's been much better at singing those. I just can't cover it. What I'm trying to say there is it's very vocal sounding, isn't it? That? Yeah, so I mean, I'm just going for much better than a Les Paul. Not an Epiphone Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul, just a better guitar. Play one, have a shot of it, and then disagree. Don't go by looks or looking it up in the book to see, oh, Gibson Les Paul's worth £2,500. That's what it sells for. Not worth it. No, I'm gonna have to stop playing this. I like this too much. It's really annoying. Damn it. But I need the money. I'm in the recording studio on Sunday, so my live stream, I should make it back for the live stream. I didn't want to not do the live stream if there's a chance to go in and record a band I'm in, but even recording one of the songs I wrote. So I'll see how much fun that's going to be. Could be fun. My only stipulation, in my dirty laundry a little bit. Kind of, the bass player said some things to me the other day that I'm still reeling from. Things like bass is really boring. What? Bass is fucking not boring. My God, bass is amazing. So, fuck you playing bass for if you think bass is boring, man. My God. So I still can't bend my head around that at all. It's like it should be boring. It's like, oh my God, you heard anybody ever play bass? You know, it's like, I don't know. Unless maybe the bass is boring in Oasis, probably, because there's not really much you can do with that because it's all laid out. So maybe, yeah. I mean, you ever had Jerry Chef, or you know, any good bass player. So that's a wee bit of a rant there. So it's interesting to see what the recording goes like. But this is an awful good guitar, so I'll be dropping this off at Alan as well. Look at what it's made of. And my thing is, even when you look at something like this, imagine you're making guitars out of wood that looks like this, and then you're painting them black and selling them. Like, you think you would do that these days? No, it might even be one piece. There's not any obvious join marks in it. Okay, there's a join mark there, I think. I don't know, the thing when you get wood like this in this grain, you see a straight line, you go, oh, that's definitely a join, and then it's totally straight for this bit, and then it does this, And it's like, well, that's not a join then, is it? Sometimes you can see by looking at the end. Okay, that's a join. One, it's a 3-piece. That is a join. Aye, so it's a 3-piece body, but very high quality mahogany, which you wouldn't get in a guitar just now, or if you did get it in a guitar just now, it would have a paint job like this. So one of the best guitars ever made? I think so. I think so. It's grown on me the more I look at it. I think it's one of those ones again that maybe if I'd bought it myself, it would be a bit more attached to it rather than getting it in a trade. And I think the problem with something like that is that when you buy it yourself, you're kind of prepared for it, and then you buy it, it's, oh, here we go. Whereas this one, I maybe had a new guitar the same week or the week before or something, which is kind of, or I was busy, so it never really got my, it never got enough playing for me basically. But this and an Ibanez Roadster actually got you covered. Basically, there you go. Instead of buying a Mexican Strat or an Epiphone Les Paul, buy a Yamaha sg200 and that Roadster, which I had, the RS100. Buy the both of them, and you've got a Strat better than a Strat, and you've got a Les Paul better than a Les Paul for the same price as either like a Mexican Strat or a Epiphone Les Paul. It's like, and you get both, and they're both miles better. You might maybe even get a slight chance of picking. Obviously, you can't pick up this one because I've already sold it, but you've got a chance of getting one of these for under 400 quid probably. And at that, I know it's like it's difficult when you're looking at eBay and stuff like that. You're just looking at a picture, and it's like this wasn't designed to look good in a picture. It was designed to be a pure amazing guitar, whereas any modern one's designed to look good on the internet. It's like, oh, how'd you play it? Doesn't matter how it plays. Fuck it. Who cares? You know, it's got to be bullet points. Oh, it's got Seymour Duncan pickups. Oh, there we go. Oh, it makes it worth funds of money. And it's like, these are better. I can't imagine a situation where you would want to upgrade these pickups unless you didn't like good sound. Maybe you're like the bass player of a band. No, guitars should sound shit. It's like, oh, don't put these pickups in it and get rid of them. Put in other ones. Yeah, rocking some. It's a 25-minute rant. 27 minutes. That's ridiculous. I know. I'll do some. This is me trying to do shorter videos. This was only meant to be a 5-minute just to show Alan his new guitar, but ended up playing it. It's awful good. It's awful good. I'm gonna have to put it away so I don't change my mind. Really annoying. Rock on. Catch you later.